back, everybody, to another episode of Polite as Fuck. We're diving right into it. There's no stopping us. Let's do memorable nights before I kick off the special event.
The special event. I'm scared.
I want to know where this came from, because you were like on a walk or something, doing something, and something must have dropped into your brain for this to be a 10 and 10.
So I had driven past where this event occurred, and I was like, whoa, remember when we did that?
Oh no.
So yeah, we're talking about like 10 of our most memorable nights out.
Yeah. However you say it.
And the first one, and the one that brought this on, was Ellie and I.
So scared.
I think, did we either took an Uber or drove with them, maybe, back to this guy's house, and...
Oh, no. Oh, no. Is this the window?
Yeah.
No! It wasn't on mine.
He forgot his key or lost it or something, and literally was breaking into his own house to let us into the house. And it's like, at this point, what are we doing? Like, why are we here right now? We literally drove from another part of town. We were in like a whole other area of town to go to this. That isn't even near where we live. But what is funny, aside from him climbing into his own house, was Ellie and him are doing their thing, and the friend and I are sitting in the living room, and he's like trying to make a move.
It's literally just you two. I think we like left the kids in the living room to go. We put on a movie. Oh, I hate it.
That's not what's happening right now. Like, you know, when someone's like trying to lean in for a kiss, and I'm like, I can't even think.
My skin is literally
what playlist?
Rippling. That did not exist. I blocked that out of my memory.
Well, I had forgotten about it too until I drove past that house, and I was like, whoa, I remember here.
Breaking into this place. Ew. Oh, God.
I'm scared for what you're going to say, because I'm sure there's plenty in...
Oh, I love all of mine. Number 1, our night out in Portland.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Iconic. That was the starter of it all. That kickstarted this friendship. That was girls to women. All right, and that was literally like a childhood friendship into, oh no, girl, we in it.
Yeah,
that night was
insane.
Wild. Just the people we met. We did not get into the Uber home until like 4:35. Woke up the next day, hungover, and got tattoos. And I spilled an entire... Do you remember I spilled that whole French press on myself, too? Like, I literally was just like...
It down
literally just...
everywhere.
Oh, my God.
No, that was... I literally don't know how we ended up at this house. Like, we befriended people. And, like...
On the dance floor. Like, I don't even... Did we make a... How did we... I can't... It's just... It was so much fun.
I remember that whoever owned the house was, like, an engineer. Like, a software engineer or something.
It was a very interesting group.
It was the most random group of people.
But everyone was vibing.
Yeah.
Not everyone was having a good time. I think at a moment I was like, is everyone cool here? Are we all getting along? But no, It was insane.
That was crazy. Yeah. Wow. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Good memory. My next one is when Ellie and I, anytime we go out in Ocean Beach, OB, it is not great, but it's memorable. I mean, it's good. Okay, it's good.
Aside from the times where we're fighting, it's great. Or blackout drunk.
Yeah, and one of those was, I think we had actually started the night in a fight. We don't fight often, like literally 2 times. And they're not even like fights.
They're not. It's so funny, but it's just like miscommunication and heightened emotion.
Yeah.
For sure.
But then I think it was the night of the parade.
Oh, no.
And I have a video. I am so gone. And people are like, our friends in the video are like, Erica, look, like there was like a naked man on the beach or something. Like something was like, you know,
Yeah,
to
like
make you
turn
wanna,
your
like,
attention in that
and
direction.
I'm like, smile, like I hear my voice in the video and but Ellie was when
yeah, you want to know what I was doing in that video? Dying.
Ellie was really unwell, and I kept calling an Uber, and then we kept having to cancel it because she was gonna throw up, and literally, an unhoused person gave her his plastic bag to take in the Uber.
His home.
It's literally, it was like the only thing he had, and he
gave it to me.
I think she needs this more than me.
Oh man, I hate that. I was.
I'm sorry,
there was.
I know. It's just so
crazy.
memorable.
There was that moment in where we were dancing, and I was like dancing. We were like with a group. I knew like half the people were inside, half the people were walking on the beach. Like this one is like literally right on the beach. It's right there. And I just remember being like, I need to go get some fresh air. And I was like stumbling out, and I just hear Ellie, and I turn, and that was like two of our friends that I was like kind of close with, but not yet. Like kind of, you know. And I just go, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh
like,
no!
It was yeah, it was not fun. I really regret that.
Was
Actually,
that the same night as the zebra stuffed animal?
I think that was a different night, but I
Oh.
thought when you say OB, that's the first thing that pops to my head is that man carrying around a zebra thing and then being like, all you Cuban women just want white men. And I was like, who the fuck are you?
That was crazy.
Take your zebra somewhere else, you dumb fuck. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was wild.
I've also been watching The Good Place, and if you get this reference, you get it. But in The Good Place, they can't cuss, and so I've been like saying like, "Oh, mother forker" or something like that, or "you stupid bench" or whatever. Anyway.
That's funny.
That just made me think of it. That was a good one. Okay, my next one, Mavericks. First night in. We've talked about this so many times. This night was so much fun. You want to know what image?
I know. I already know.
We've talked about it so many times. I don't care. It's my favorite. I love just having like a moment, even when you're like in like fucking so gone, of like, oh, but like it's like a snapshot. Like I'll remember this part, and I'm like holding hands with this random man walking down the street, and Erica. And in my mind, I think I've made it worse over the years. Like I know this isn't not, but now what it's morphed into is Erica in all of her beauty is holding on to a little bear with big yellow boots on and overalls and a bucket hat, and now he has no shirt on because I feel like he didn't have a shirt on.
He didn't.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, the truth.
Yeah, that I don't even know where he came from. Like I wasn't even.
He's also skipping in my head.
That
was not even the person you were trying to get with.
No, but then suddenly I'm like, the lights are coming on, and I'm making out with him on the dance floor, and we're going home, and I'm like, what? Where?
You find a friend everywhere.
Yeah, a friend. Good description. The worst was driving them back. Why did I do that? That was stupid. The next morning.
That's your photo in my.
Oh my god.
That's your contact.
My contact photo.
Yeah.
Us hungover,
Like just
dropping them off.
gone.
Okay, this one's a little bit like not neither of us really did anything, but going out in Miami, like every night was so fun. It was so fun to dress up, and I feel like we talked about it a little bit on the last episode of like there was no rush to like get somewhere or do anything because like the night didn't end at a certain time.
Yeah.
But we went back to 11. Was that the name
11,
of that?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like 11. Like, are we ready for something? But yes, 11, yeah.
We went back there twice.
Yes.
And I don't like strippers be talented.
Speak.
I was mesmerized, and like I feel like it was fun because there was dancing, but it was also like a show and the DJ, and
I also felt very safe because there were performers there. Like the other like staff were like, everybody had eyes. Like you were like, you could, fuck around here and there, but like most of the guys, like, if you said no, like, we had a few random ass people come up, and, like, I didn't feel like, this is probably a generalization, and people have been there probably like, "Bleh," but I'm like, I felt fine because I felt like they also weren't, like, you know, they took it and left it, and there was someone else to go after. But also, like, there were other girls doing the same thing that we were, and we were also just like on one, enjoying, having such a good time. There was a like, it almost was like us but in the future. It was like her and her friend right next to us towards the end of the night. You don't really talk to them, but you can kind of just like sense people's energy when you're in that kind of environment. And I was like, I like you guys.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I had that. I had Miami, but I didn't have that specific night on mine. I had the salsa night.
Oh, so good too.
We didn't do anything after. Like, we didn't get like crazy drunk, I don't think. One of the nights we ended up literally going there and going right back home. But I just think, like, in the moment, it was so much fun. Even when it was like, when I was doing something cringy, sometimes I'm like, bleh, but overall, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You learn something new.
It was fun because it was like, you and I both love dancing. And it was, when you're going to a place like that, it's like, you know, you can dance with someone and it doesn't need to be a thing. Like, it's not like, oh, now this is like person for the night or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's asking everyone to dance because everyone just wants to like dance. So that was fun.
Yeah, very fun.
On the same trip, though, I have our Invincible Wilmington walk where we were pulling an all-nighter with the help of some things, and we were like, there's not, like, we have like an hour before the Uber gets here, so let's go on a walk. I've literally never felt like I could do more in my whole life. I was truly like, I think we were walking so fast.
Oh my god, now that I think about it, we should play those videos. I'm just like, it was like insane.
Yeah. And I was like, I am going to do anything in this world that I want. Like, that was like how I felt.
Oh, but then the Uber ride was the complete opposite. That was,
I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah, that was really, really difficult. But that night was a lot of fun. I think it's just like we were just feeling so good. Everyone was so happy. Everyone loves a wedding, so you're like, everyone's already happy, and we did not want to go to sleep. Well, we wanted to go to sleep.
Yeah.
We were convinced that that would be a dumb idea. Like, it's the space in between the end of the partying towards when the Uber comes was enough to continue the partying.
Yeah.
And it just like we were just like, well, let's go take a walk, and it ended up like, we know that whole island up and down. I basically went to wherever they went. Yeah. WNC or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, that too.
WNC
is literally where we go, right? Or not we, but in Nevada.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was also on mine.
So is that your last one?
No, I have one more. Are you done?
Did I start?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, I just said that one though.
Yeah, so I am also saying that, and then I have one more. So do you have one more? No. Okay. We'll get there.
Okay. The last one I have. This is, I guess, putting me on blast. I think this was the night of a like Christmas in July party. There was a day party that turned into, I'm line dancing in slides, and like I don't even know what's going on, but like I was pretty far gone, but I had stopped drinking, so I was like coming back, like my awareness.
You and just look down into your green slides, and you're like, what?
I just remember doing like there were people outside of this bar, and I did like a cartwheel or something on the road, and everyone cheered.
That was that night.
And then we get into the bar, and the bartender is like, I'm not serving her anything. And I'm like, that's fine. Like, I didn't want anything. I actually don't even think I was at the bar. No. I feel like I just, like, walked in, and she was
we were going to go hang out on the patio, but you have to go inside of the bar to get to the patio because it was enclosed. So she literally just, like, walked in, and you were just, like, in a good mood. Apparently can't smile at this place. And immediately, like, it just set a really weird tone. And then it was like, what? Like,
you know. But it also shows how loyal Ellie is as a friend, because she literally was ready to throw hands, and I'm like, it's fine. I don't even know what's going on.
We just walked away, but I was like annoyed because I was like, she literally is not even asking for anything. Like, shut up. And then the lady was like, you can talk to the manager and I was like, and now this scary yatted guy is coming over. I'm like, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, literally.
No one wants your shitty fucking drinks anyway.
No.
We just wanted water and to go hang out with our friends.
Yeah, and like everyone outside was having a good time. We wanted to join them. Whatever.
Yeah. My last one is shout out to my cousin Tiger Lily and Anais. We had a family like reunion. Normally we do it in Florida, but one year we did it in Nevada. And my cousins, who's been on the podcast before, her birthday lands around that same time. So she was like, I really want to go out. And I was like, well, I've never had like a South Lake like night out. Like let's just see how that goes. Oh my god, so much fun. And also like kind of like even more fun because there weren't a lot of people. Like it was just us doing whatever, but it was mixing alcohol, the being unaware of how actually cold it is outside and thinking that you are also invincible.
Yeah.
Just like being so obnoxious and having a good time. But the kicker of it is what we should have added to our episode last week is what's so great about San Diego is it's relatively flat and there's not a lot of turns or altitude or anything like that. But when you take an Uber from South Lake back down to the town, we had to stop. I couldn't make it. We had to stop and we had to walk. We had to stop at the police station basically.
Oh no.
And walk back, which was like where my dad's old house was, which was like a significant like walk, and we're in heels and no jacket because we wanted to have a night out, but it's also November in Nevada. Northern Nevada. So, and the rest of my family woke up, like Anais and Tiger woke up the next day as bright as daisies, and everybody was in a Cuban style making loud ass fucking coffee in the morning, and I had to sleep on the couch, and I was so ill. That was tough. That was a really tough day. And of course, I'm with my family, so everybody's fucking laughing. You got one cousin shoving shit on my ear. I like had to have like an ice pack and like a pillow. I couldn't move. My dad was like, go to the bed. And I was like, I can't. My family was leaving that day to literally go to the airport to go back to Florida. I couldn't even get up to give them a hug. Aww. I had to do like one of these, like, because I was so fucked up. But honestly, such a great night. And I was like, when you're with like your family that you grew up with, you know, like it's very similar vibes to us where you're just like it's so special.
Yeah, you could literally be doing anything, you're just vibing.
Yeah. Well, goddamn, 10 and 20. Okay, well,
it's
happening. It is officially Aries season, and for our Aries queen, it was Erica's birthday, and I feel like I didn't time it right to do a birthday episode, but I feel like with Aries being in the air, it's kind of like, I don't know, to me it's like a new year. So I feel like not only are we celebrating your 29th birthday, but I also feel like what a fun way to like refresh and revamp for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, real quick before we like dive into some Aries things, I know we kind of talked about it last night with the girls, but I wanted to know, because for my episode we did it, your highs and lows of your year.
Wow.
Celebration.
So, can I just do like one high and one low?
Yeah.
I don't need to do like
5.
Okay.
No.
Is that what how many did you
Well,
do?
we did ours. I started mine. That was like my 10 and 10.
The 10 and 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't do that.
I was like, but I had to put it.
I think that the start of my 28th year was literally the highlight. It was so much fun. I feel like it kicked off just like back-to-back eventful things between like the half Ironman, the birthday Fire Fest thing that we put on, Miami, the marathon, I feel like the wedding, bachelorette, like literally every weekend there was something happening, and I feel like it was all like some of my favorite things. I also feel like it was cool because things that I'd been like working towards, like the triathlon and also just us planning Miami and stuff, it was like the build up. Like there had been so much like work and planning put into all of those things. So they all went really well. And I was like, wow.
And it was like a celebration. It really was. The whole month was great.
It was so fun. I probably should have started my low. But I feel like the latter half of my 28th year has been a bit of a doozy. In like a, you know, you're just like growing.
In literally the most adult way possible. Which is so unfortunate.
It really is.
Because you're like at a point now where you like have to be humble about it. And you're like, fuck this shit.
It's just like figuring out career stuff. Buying this place is obviously like, yeah, that's really cool. And I am proud of myself for it. But at the same time, it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I think there's just a lot of like decisions to be made. And I don't know. I know that 29 is still young. But I am feeling kind of how you were feeling a little bit, I think. Like, I'm feeling it now of, like, fuck. Like, this is the last year of my 20s. And, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I feel like I need to, like, figure it out before 30 for some reason. Yeah. And
join the club. Just give it
now.
about 2 weeks and you'll be like, you know what? This actually is the last year to do anything fun, so fuck it. Because that's the stage I've entered.
I feel like maybe I adulted too hard, and now I'm like, wait, I don't know if I want all of these things. But it's fine. We're figuring it out.
Well, okay, that's actually a perfect tie-in because, so I feel like I wanted to do it around like Aries in the season because I like the idea of like a fresh start and like a fresh spring. And I feel like I thought that way. We talked about this like even a few months ago when we were doing like our other episode. So I was like, oh, that makes sense. But when I was like, you know, Googling, I went on, I was like, what is going on for the Aries season? Like, I don't even know any of this shit. But I came across an article from The Cut and it was like, I'm going to try to summarize it. But basically it was saying that this kind of is a New Year's. Like if you miss the moment to set resolutions in January, you have another opportunity now. When the sun enters Aries in March, a fresh astrological year begins. That was hard for me to say. Happy New Year. So I was like, okay, that is like nice to...
That is
It's
nice.
like refreshing.
Yeah.
To be like, it's validating as well.
Yeah.
So I like that, but I want to read back some of these other things and see if you kind of like agree with them and how you're feeling. Mm-hmm. Since Aries isn't just the first sign of the season, but of the entire zodiac year, the season can be particularly bright time for beginnings, like new projects, new jobs, new relationships. Mm-hmm. It's also more broadly a time to be thinking boldly. This zodiac season lends an extra dose of courage and willpower. Don't waste it trying to be too pragmatic. Dream big. And I was like, I feel like, I don't know. You tell me if you resonate with that. I'm not going to speak for you.
It's honestly, that's like refreshing to hear. Because it is, I do like the idea of this being like a new year. Obviously, it's a new year of life, but like in terms of new beginnings, like turning a leaf on things, I think I have been in my head a lot about decisions, and so it's nice to hear that as like it's the time to be bold and to just like make decisions and stop being like in analysis paralysis, because that's only like literally I can only do that for so long before it's like, hey, are you going to do anything about it, you know?
Yeah.
So,
which is always tough.
But I like that. That's good.
I also think when I was reading a few things for the season 2, I love that Aries, an Aries trait is aggression. I know I wanted to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're aggressive?
Sorry, someone's just fighting next door.
Like, Screaming.
I don't know. It's every time we recorded, like the end of the last episode.
I don't know. You guys are troopers. Honestly, this is what makes us unique. It's just like
raw.
a reality. Yeah, it's
Life.
super raw. So raw we can't even friggin'. Oh.
Okay, so do I feel aggressive? I do think that I can be headstrong in a lot of things, but I feel like it's mostly with my self. Like, I don't feel like I'm aggressive. Okay, let me back that up. I think that if you wrong me or my friends, I will flip a switch, and I'm not going to be.
You're not going to beat around the
with you.
Yeah. Well, what I like about what this article says is it's more likely an Aries being characteristically straightforward, and I feel like Aries get a bad rep, and I'm curious if you've gotten a bad rep from the difference of being aggressive and straightforward. And you know what? I'm going to add a little addition to that and see if you can come up with an example of that from this year, your year of life.
I feel like you have one in mind. Okay, sorry. The question is,
have you ever gotten like
a bad rap?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I swear I'm with it.
I'm just pulling these out. I love it.
I do too. No, they're good questions. Yes, I think that I have. I think it's something I've like actively tried to work on, is like maybe not speaking my mind or what I think immediately, and like listening for a second, because I think I can be very quick to be like, oh, well, no, it's like this, or like you should do this, or I don't know. In work, I think that I've been told I give straightforward feedback in a way that's like not mean.
Yeah.
So I do think
Can confirm.
Okay, thanks. I do think it's like a strength, but I think it can also not be if I am not approaching things from a place of like compassion or like trying to understand, which I think the only time that really happens is when I'm like very frustrated or upset, and then I might be like straightforward in like a mean way, or not a very compassionate way. An example from this past year.
Okay, the reason why I'm doing this is because when I saw this, like when I saw it says like characteristically straightforward, like on the cut article, I just Googled like Aries characteristic or Aries traits, and some of them are really cute. So I was like, oh, I'll like read them back. And one of them is like confident. And I was like, okay, I want you to share a memory of this year of being confident, which we still might do. But then I was like, aggressive. She's not aggressive, so I was like, let me just see if she can give me an example. Yeah, that's why I like phrased it the way that I do. Sometimes I listen back and I'm like, get your words out, Ellie. Just say it. We're almost there.
I appreciate the context. I think that it's so interesting because I literally have been given the feedback this year in work it was framed as to be more aggressive, but I have reworked that to be more assertive, because I think that's honestly what they are wanting. But I just gotta say, if you come off that way as a woman in meetings, it's then a negative thing. So I don't know how, I haven't figured out the balance in that, because I'm like, when I have done that, I've gotten feedback that I'm like unapproachable or too like
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I don't know. It's like I don't know how to be then. That's why I think a lot of the time in a work setting, I just try and listen, and like I really only chime in if like what I know, like if I know someone is doing something that I know is like wrong, then I'm like, no, literally, like, this is what it is, and I have the proof of like, no, like, it's this tool, or like, this is where you look.
Yeah.
Then I'll tell you, but otherwise, and even then, sometimes I'm like, oh, they'll figure it out.
Yeah. Not my job. No, I'm grinning to myself a little bit because there are a few moments that are rare. And not that you've ever flipped your lid. I don't think I've ever been with you. I think we're both really good at like trying to contain our crazy around each other. We try to balance it out because I know both of us have had like road rage incidents where I'm like, if you were in the car, I wouldn't have behaved like this. But we both know what we're capable of.
Yeah.
But there's been a few moments, whether it's been like in public or if I am hearing a work conversation, where it is just like, not like a snap, but a little bit of like a, well, and da-da-da-da-da, and literally I'll be like, oop, 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 get out the way, like, somebody better move, and it is my favorite, like, I mean, not my favorite, like, one of my favorite things about you, because I'm just like, because it doesn't happen often, because I don't think you're being mean or ever mean, because you are just so bubbly all the time, but I just am like, when it does happen, as it should, because I think you are try to create very strong boundaries in your life. I just love it so much. Or if someone's like being rude somewhere to like a friend, I don't know. It is just, and it happens, and you do it so eloquently. I'm like, she's like being a bitch, but smartly, like with her brain. I'm like, God damn. Oh, I like, that's my best friend or whatever that song is like playing in my head as it's happening.
I love that you appreciate it, because sometimes I'm like, oh my God, that was like a bit much, but then I'm like,
go get him, tiger.
I gotta do it. I can't just keep sitting here listening to whatever's happening right now. It's driving me nuts.
Love it. Another thing that this cut article said, just to paraphrase, was talking about how this season can be an incredible time to start new things. It may not be the best time for thinking ahead or long-term planning. You're more likely to get what you want by simply asking for it than dropping. Oh, okay, that I'm not going to read all that. But I like that too, because it gives you like, okay, I don't need to make any like big decisions right now, which I appreciate. Well, I don't even know. I don't know if you appreciate it. I like talking for you. I fucking love it.
It's good. I'm glad to hear, because it's also, I mean, it's Aries season for everyone. I was just born in this time.
It's like especially strong for you. Is that how it works?
I don't know. Yeah, I think that is how it works. You're right.
Okay, well, like, one of the other articles that I was reading, like, I got, like, everybody's horoscope for this season, but obviously yours comes up first because you're the first and it's your year. So it was like, but sometimes, again, it's hard to paraphrase and it's hard to read all this, and a lot of it is like, your Neptune isn't, and I'm just like, can you just tell me what's going to happen? Or my favorite is, pay attention to any intuitive messages that you may receive around April 15th.
Oh.
That the IRS is going to come. Like,
literally.
Like,
that my taxes are due.
Yeah. Be careful. Neptune's coming. So I think it's like different depending on where you are, which makes sense. But I like, just to, continue with this article, I really like this, and I think you'll appreciate it. It says, in Aries season, you don't need any external validation in order to believe in yourself. You've already got the confidence you need. You don't need permission to take risks either. You already know that you have a right to be here and live your life exactly as you are. At its best, Aries season can give you the energy you need to go for it. Do your thing. Shoot your big shot. Why not? You have this bright springtime courage, so use it. And I'm like, this is why I love this, like, spring vibe.
Yeah,
I really appreciated that.
Yeah, I really like that a lot.
It's a really good read. The Cut, which I really like a lot of the articles that they have. And this is by Claire Comstock Gay. So, have
Thanks,
fun with
Claire.
that.
I was going to...
I want to know what you had pulled up.
Well, I've recently been put onto the pattern, because I didn't really use CoStar.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I mean, I did. Like, when I first downloaded it, I was like, cool, here's my chart. And the pattern, I feel like, is similar, but I like the stuff that it, like, how digestible it is, because I'm like, there's 2 paragraphs, or I can go and, like, read all of these little, like, things that it has for this time. Oh, I love that. So, the summary for what's happening with me...
Please tell us.
Okay. This is what I read on my birthday, and I was like, fuck?
Oh no.
So it says, at your best, you're considerate and take others' needs into account. You're very personal and aware of what people are going through. A natural diplomat, you have highly developed social skills and can make everyone feel comfortable. You're a good listener who's likable, approachable, and charming. Okay, that's nice.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Alternatively, you may be overly concerned about people liking you. You might overemphasize your diplomatic traits and be a people pleaser, telling others what they want to hear because you don't like confrontation. In that case, you may be prone to codependent relationships or depend too much on feedback from others. Additionally, you may feel unsure of who you are if you're not in a relationship.
That is extreme. And also, fuck you.
The pattern really cut a deep wound with that because I was like, okay, I feel like I know who I am pretty well, but maybe I don't know. The people pleasing, though, is true. And I might have said the story before, but some girl in high school, I wasn't trying to date Mormon boys. I was truly...
I could not find anyone more dating no, dating is a loose term. Hanging out with the complete opposite of a Mormon boy. He set the town on fire.
He set the town on fire.
I will never live that down.
Okay, yeah, it's fair.
Anyway,
fair.
what happened with this people pleasing woman?
Well, there's this guy that apparently she liked, and he liked me, and I literally was not aware. Like, I didn't know that I wasn't going on dates with him.
Right.
Like, he lived in Carson, which for those who don't know, like, that's a different school. In high school, that's a different world. That's a different country.
Just don't exist. Yeah.
Like, I'm not going there. And, like, she was just, I don't even know how this got back to me. But she was like, Erica just likes to be liked and is just, like, stringing him along and all of this stuff. And I'm like, girl, I don't want to date him. But that comment of Erica just likes to be liked has been like in my head of like, am I just being like so self-centered or like so, I don't know, even like last night this was last night. There are moments where I'm like out and it was for my birthday, so I like appreciate that everyone was being, I don't know, like celebratory. But then I like step back and I'm like, I'm being the center of attention right now and I need to like chill out and like make sure other people are like in the limelight or whatever. Yeah. So reading that on my birthday, I was like, dang it.
That's crazy. I don't know if I fully agree with that.
But also, like, doesn't everyone like to be liked?
I know, but...
Like, do people not like to be liked?
Or maybe they just don't care as much. You know those people that
That's
I just, like,
true.
they really have like, they do not care.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can sometimes adopt that, but yeah, most of the time, it's like, yeah, I want people like me.
Yeah, I would prefer that. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to read my little thing because I was like, okay, I do feel like that's great that I do resonate with, I think, being a good listener, and I do try to like make sure people feel comfortable and that I'm like approachable. Like, I don't want people to like not think that they can talk to me about things. But then on the flip side, I'm like, yeah, I can see people pleasing and like codependency for sure.
Yeah. Another reason why I wanted to do this exercise is because like I was kind of like doing a little bit of a look into mine too, and even just like reading yours because I feel like I know you pretty well. It's like these attributes or traits or characteristics or even like within the like what's supposed to be happening this season, it's like a part of me maybe would have behaved like that or would have had adopted that attitude, or a part of me feels like that is the right way, but then there's either growth or boundaries or trauma or whatever it is that has led me like in some way to be a little bit different or off the mark, and maybe why. So it's like, while they may be true, it's also like I read some of those, like that relationship one, like reading that, it's like, okay, maybe it would have been true in the past, because who hasn't had a past of a, you learn from it and it happens, and like maybe you were more like susceptible to those kind of relationships because of your air, blah blah blah. You can go all the way down into that, but I just think that like, yeah, maybe that was the case, but maybe that's just not the case now, because it changed and you grew and you realized that you were in a codependent relationship and was like, yeah, fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah, you can only do it for so long. Truly. For sure.
Truly.
You said the trait thing? Or what?
Yeah, wait, really quick, just to end on like a positive note.
After I just shit on myself.
I just Googled Aries personalities, and I really like some of these, and so I want you to, like, in the past year, a moment of time that comes to mind when you think of these words. So the first one is confident. A time that you felt confident.
I think Miami. I was feeling it. I literally think like every event in April I was like, hell yeah. Like the Fire Fest thing, I cried. I was like, this is the best day of my life. And I was just feeling really good. Feeling really happy.
I love that. Impulsive.
Woof. Signing up for a marathon right after finishing a half Ironman and not really having enough time. Like, I hadn't run that much. Like, when you split off for the half, I was like, should I just go with her? Because this is crazy.
I wish, I mean, we do have a before and after photo, but when you cross that finish line, oh my God, very aggressive spitting here. When you cross that finish line, I was like, oh, she's gone. She's been drinking. And then that man made you jump 12 million times.
He like really wanted to do the jumping group photo. I'm like, dude, I just ran 26 miles. My legs are not working.
Like, one more.
And literally, I'm like barely jumping off the curb. It's so good.
That's so funny because the next trait is impatient. So maybe then.
Yeah. I think in work it shows up. It can show up a lot. It's also hard too being remote because I feel like I really have to try and remember that it's like a human being on the other side of the screen sometimes, because I can catch myself just being like, why aren't they like getting back to me or something? And
True.
I'm like, I'm literally doing the same thing. I'm living my life. I need to like give them the benefit of the doubt, but
take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Passionate.
Oh, from the last year. It's interesting because the things that are coming to mind, I'm like passionate when like I'm righting a wrong. Like our landlord turning into a piece of shit and like trying to make us pay through the year and all this stuff. It's like, no, I will fight tooth and nail to prove you otherwise.
We even got cousins involved.
Yeah.
We don't mess around.
My cousin's an attorney, and you'll be hearing from her.
And she sent that message quick, and it was spicy.
Yeah,
she was like, this, and this.
Like, no, I'm not going to get screwed over by you. Thank you very much.
Courageous.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Literally climbed Half Dome this past year.
Oh yeah.
Which I'd done before a decade ago. And so it was really cool to do that again, this time with Savannah and some other friends. Or well, it was the same two girls that I'd done it with prior, and then their partners. And it's like not necessarily a like courageous feat or something, but I think just
it's intense.
Yeah, it's like it's a big hike. I was also like probably shouldn't have been on it. I was so unwell, sick. Like the way down, I was like, Jesus Christ, what have I done? and it turned into a hailstorm. Actually, like, someone died that day going down Half Dome. Like, it was like an intense day, and I did it. So
I didn't die. I don't know if I knew that part. That's crazy.
Yeah, like, shortly after we had gotten down the dome, the ranger was like saying like no one else can go up. Like, there's gonna be a storm, but like, it's blue skies, and I think people just were like, oh, I can do it in time. Oh my god! And it's like they're there for a reason,
but
you know.
Was so dumb.
So dumb.
Okay. Determined.
Ooh. I would say the like long endurance races I did last year, I think I really had to get into. It's like, yes, the race itself is a big feat, but like determined to stick to a like workout plan and I didn't do like every day all the things I had planned, but I was consistent and like determined to try to like make it an enjoyable experience. Because I've definitely done what I'm about to do tomorrow, which is I'm in decent shape. I can pull this off.
This whole group that's going, I'm like, I fear for your lives.
I am so scared.
All of you. At least you're in it together. So,
yeah.
Oh my god. Independent.
I think buying this place comes to mind.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Pretty independent thing of me. It's like all my own money, my own loan. Like, I'm the only one on this lease, whatever. Nope, this mortgage.
Still learning. Adventurous. I guess, yeah. I haven't used that one yet.
I feel like a lot of my life is pretty
adventurous.
Like, I really try and do, like, I say yes to a lot of things, and just I like to see where things go and like see what's gonna happen. Like, even the next thing on my camera roll from where I just was going up to Berkeley to go to a concert with some of my siblings and friends, and like the next day I woke up and my eye was swollen shut, and just like
I forgot about that.
Random things. But I feel like people kept saying at that time, they were like, I don't know how you're like laughing about this, or like I would be having a completely different experience, like attitude right now. And I think to me it's like it's the adventure of it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. Sometimes it's not really funny, but what else can you do?
You literally just have to laugh it off.
Yeah.
Okay, last question, or last thing, which might take you a second. 28 years over. The credits are about to roll. What song is playing?
You asked me this last year,
I think. And I really liked that song.
Give me more, baby. Wow. Okay. Let me look at my Spotify. There's so many. What would I say for 28?
And then while you're looking, find one to start your year for the 29th year too. I would like 2 songs.
I feel like this was the year of... I started coaching before my 28th birthday, but like getting back into it. And so I've been listening to like a lot more house music than I was before. And so me saying that song from my 27th year, I feel like, because it wasn't a song that I would like listen to often, but now I'm like, I listen to so much house music that I kind of want to pick something else. Sorry, I don't know what you were thinking I was gonna say.
Oh, I think I just was kidding. I just was just saying words. I don't know why.
I was like, wait, what is it gonna be?
About what's happening right now? I don't know what you were gonna say.
This is kind of a, I think it might be like a big TikTok song or something, or happen, but I'm saying, because I'm not on there anymore, that for me, the song by Role Model called Look at That Woman. Do you know?
Never even heard of that.
We can cut this out because I don't think you can. It's cute,
and
really, it's like
cute.
Just talking about like this confident woman just doing her thing, and like his at least how I'm interpreting it, like admiration and like look at her go, like look at her doing that. Wow, I'm gonna cry.
Same. Yeah. I love
I don't
that.
know if I can pick one for 29. I'm very curious. Oh, stop.
I don't know. I think it's kind of beautiful, like, though, that even if you can't pick a song, that's the song that you choose, and that's why. Because it's kind of like an end to that year, and now it's like, take that with you and carry that into the 29th year.
Yeah. I feel like I need to set my intention. I haven't really done that.
It's hard.
For this year, but I think that would help me, like, find a good song for...
We've said this before. Birthdays are just weird.
It's so weird. It's it's so exciting and like, oh, what is coming next? But at the same time, I feel like it's very like a lot of reflection, a lot of introspection, like different than the new year because it's like
it's you.
Older.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like the like weight of time and like your own life is heavier than like, oh yeah, I want to like work out more and drink more water this year. Like it's different than a resolution. It's like, what am I doing with my life? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. It's crazy. 29 and I still haven't figured it out.
I literally I am psycho. I am determined. But there was this moment.
Isn't that what
yes, yes. No soul because I can't see myself in the mirror or something. There's this moment, and I think this is not my birthday episode, but I think that you can relate to this moment that I had, and I think a lot of people can too. And I don't know why I'm getting emotional about it too. But I feel like everybody's been kind of like just going through a lot right now. I have, fuck taxes is all I have to say. Anyway, I'm just like really down in the dumps and I'm like getting emotional in the car and then Hot to Go is playing in the background and literally crying and then all of a sudden
Chapel.
I'm like, H-O-T-T-O. I'm just like,
tears
is this not life?
Like
literally 1 second ago I was like, oh my God. And then I immediate turn up to this chorus of the song. It's just like, what else are you gonna do? Like it's not, my circumstances have not changed. I'm doing what I can.
Yeah.
And at least we have Chapel.
Honestly, maybe that will... I think she's coming out with a new album. And Chapel was, like, a lot of the anthem of 28.
So carrying that over, too.
Yeah, she's so good.
So good.
Love her. Shout out Chapel. Thanks for teaching everyone how to say my name right.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Because no one got it before. And now, people that know... A lot of people actually still don't know who she is. And I'm like, do you live under a rock?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm like, Chapo, you know, like Chaperone. And they're like...
Who? They're lame.
Yeah, lame-o.
Anyway, if you've not already wished Erica a happy birthday, go do so, because it's all month, actually. And we love you. I love you. I'm glad to got to celebrate you.
Me too. It was a good time.
Another year of life, baby.
Baby, glad you're here.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I need to wrap it up. Well, thanks guys for listening.
I would, but I don't know how.
Aries season. I really don't have a script. I just say Polite as Fuck Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.